As April comes to a close, I thought it would be a good time to just have a bit of a walk through my houseplant collection, see the new growth, see what's really getting going, and also there might be some not so good things in there too. So let's have a look, the good, the bad and the ugly. So first up is a little bit of a tale of woe from my Thermatophyllum bipinnatifidum. This one actually was doing really well, but then the other day I noticed some damage on the leaves and, well, you can guess what it was, can't you? It was thrips. And yeah, it just came out of nowhere all of a sudden. It was just absolute bedlam. You can see the damage on the leaves. So yeah, yesterday I sprayed this one with a systemic, and today there were still some thrips alive. So yeah, they don't want to go, but I've been just being persistent with them, trying to keep interrupting their life cycle because that's the plan. Today I also kind of went in with a Q-tip. I dipped it in the rubbing alcohol and I basically just went around and kind of spot killed all the remaining thrips. There weren't that many on there, but yeah, I just went around, had a look and tried to get rid of the ones that were left over. But yeah, there is quite a lot of damage, especially on some of the newer leaves. As we all know, thrips love those kind of tender new leaves, but never mind. I mean, the universe is both destruction and creation, so you know, you've just got to let go and accept it, haven't you? It's the cycle of life. So I'm just doing what I can for it, really. But maybe if you haven't seen thrips before, you haven't had them, this might help you to identify the damage they do in your plants. I don't know, but yeah, I can't even really quarantine this one because it's huge and I just have plants everywhere now, so it's not really possible to quarantine. But yeah, we'll see how this plant does. I'll do my best to stay on top of it and we shall see what happens. And then a little bit of a happier tale next. This is the creation part of nature. We actually have a lovely new leaf coming on this Alocasia stingray. It just all of a sudden popped out one day and I've been checking this one every day, doing my patrols, and yeah, I noticed it had a new leaf coming out, so that made me happy. I'm really excited to see how big it will be, whether it will be bigger than the other ones and what it will look like. So yeah, and then over here on my shelf I've had a little bit of a rearrange. I've got my string of hearts here. I've put it back over here on the shelf because I have now given it a bit of a trim, so it kind of fits a little bit better here. It's growing nicely. And this is my little baby philodendron white wizard. Really love this one. Recently repotted this one to a slightly bigger pot and you can see that new leaf is working to come out there. It isn't quite out yet, but I'm super excited to see what the variegation on it will be like, whether it will be a bit bigger than the last one. We will see. And then my peperomia hope is also growing real well. Yeah, really excited to grow this one this year. It's nice to see it thriving, and yeah, it's one of my favourite plants at the moment. I really like the kind of queen-shaped leaves. And next to it I have my pink syngonium, and to be really honest with you, this one's a really slow grower for me, but I still love it. But yeah, I kind of wish it would grow a bit faster. The leaves seem to be getting smaller too, but oh well, that, you know, it is what it is. And then I've got a couple of Tradescantias here. This little fuzzy Tradescantia is doing much better. Seems to be thriving now, so that's good. And then this little Tradescantia here, this one has grown so much. The leaves have got bigger, it's got fuller, and yeah, maybe it will need another repot soon, even though I recently kind of did one. But Tradescantias do grow fast, so it's to be expected. And then down here on my lower shelf, my Scindapsus exotica, I think it's probably one of my slowest growing plants. I'd be really interested to know if you have this one, if it grows slowly or fast for you, but mine just grows so slowly. I'm giving it fertilizer, I've got a grow light on it. It just doesn't want to grow fast, so yeah, I've just kind of just left it to its thing. And then next to it I have my Monstera adansonii mint. Really excited to be growing this one, and both cuttings are working on a new leaf. You can see one just coming out there, so I'm pretty excited because with every new leaf we get a bigger plant, of course. And yeah, I'm just really excited to grow this one, so looking forward to seeing those new leaves appear. And then up here on the other shelf I have my Hoya Bella, and it's growing really well. It does need watering quite a bit, so I suppose that might suggest it needs another repot, but I don't want to do it just yet. But it's just really nice to see this one thriving. It's a really easy care plant. I love it. Then next we have my Begonia maculata, and I'm pleased to say it's still alive. And still looking healthy too. It's coming out with lots of new leaves. It's very happy. I've got it by a grow light. This isn't the strongest grow light, and it doesn't get so close to it that it could burn it, and it does seem to like it, but I've just been monitoring it. But so far so good, so fingers crossed. And just coming back to my string of hearts, look at these new little ones coming out from the soil. I just love watching this one grow. And then over here I have my Ripsalis, and this one's also growing really well. I just love how this one has just grown out the side here. This is a new shoot. It's just kind of like, here I am. But yeah, I love this plant. It's a really fun one, and I'm definitely enjoying growing it. Yeah, it's just one of my favorites at the moment. If you're thinking of getting one of these, I'd highly recommend it. I think it's a really easy plant, and it's also quite visually appealing too. It looks nice on a shelf. And then next to it I've got my Thermatophyllum sprucianum, and yeah, this one I'm a little bit suspicious of. There are some marks on it that I'm not sure. I've looked on it and I haven't seen any pests. Let's get it down. I want to see if there are some new leaves growing as well. But you can see there's some sort of telltale signs here, and it looks like thrips to me. And I've checked and checked, and I can't see any thrips. But knowing that there are thrips around because I had them on my other Thermatophyllum, it does make me a bit suspicious. This leaf doesn't seem too bad. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it might be wise to just give it a treatment just in case, but something doesn't seem right with it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give it a treatment because maybe I'm just not seeing them. They could be there. That happens a lot. So yeah, I think I will just put that to one side and give it a treatment just in case, because it doesn't quite look right to me. Is that one there? See if it moves. Because the juvenile ones, juvenile thrips, can be yellow in colour. So if you just give them a little poke, they might move. That one didn't, so I don't think it was a thrip. Yeah, thrips don't bother me anymore. I just squish them if I find them. Yeah, but let's see if it's got any new leaves. I think it is working on one there, but it's not exactly happening fast. So we'll just we'll give it time and see what happens. But I do really like this one. I hope it starts growing soon, and I hope it doesn't have pests. But yeah, as I say, I think I will kind of take it to one side and give it a bit of a treatment, maybe some insecticidal soap. I mean, I did that anyway when I bought it, but you have to keep doing it, I'm afraid. And then over here I've got my Philodendron Florida Green, and I found another one of these hanging things. This is the other one that I had, the orange one. And I went to HomeSense and I found another one in green, so I had to buy it. So I'm just trying it out in this one for now. And yeah, this plant is still one of my favorites. I definitely haven't fallen out of love with this one. I love it. I just absolutely adore the shapes of the leaves. I've been checking it every day because obviously now I have thrips in the vicinity. I have to monitor my other plants really closely, but no thrips yet on this one. And then this is my philodendron painted lady, and it's growing so many new leaves. It's doing really well. This is another one that I keep checking because you never know. One of you did mention that yours wasn't looking very good. This is my other one here. So this was the first one that I got. So mine wasn't looking very good either. But I've almost given up on this one, and yeah, I just bought another one because that one just wasn't working out for me. This one seems to be a lot better. Sometimes I think you just need to replace it if it's not working. I don't know why that happens, but you know, this one seems to be healthy, and yeah, I am keeping a real close eye on it to make sure nothing eats it, because I will not be happy if anything fancies munching on it. Yeah, it's my pride and joy. Well, one of them, but yeah, it's growing so many cool new leaves. And then I have to take a moment to appreciate this philodendron Brazil because it really is growing so beautifully at the moment. And in fact, the vines have started growing upwards, and this is kind of a message from the plant, isn't it? It's asking to climb, it's climbing the air. So I suppose really it's asking me, give me something to climb. And I'm kind of in two minds really, because I do really love this plant as a climbing plant, but I also love it as a trailing plant, and I can't decide which one to do. But I'm almost a little bit sad not to give it something to climb with it, trying to just climb the thin air at the moment. Let me know in the comments what you would do. I'm really not sure what to do. It's a difficult one, but yeah, it's nice to see it thriving. And one thing I will say is if you have it as a trailing plant, then the leaves definitely do get smaller. So I suppose that's another reason why you might want to let it climb, but it just looks so nice trailing though, so I don't know. I can't decide what to do. As I say, let me know what you would do. I just love this one. I know it's a really common plant, but just look at those leaves. They're almost like a work of art. They look like they've been painted. Let's check for thrips. Luckily I haven't seen them on this one, but just checking all the time at the moment. It's that time of year, so I tend to get more thrips in the summer and more spider mites in the winter, but yeah. And then over here is my little umbrella plant, my variegated one. This is one that I propagated and saved from root rot, and it's doing really well, but I think it might need repotting because I'm seeing roots coming out of the top of the pot, which is kind of a shame because I like it in this shell pot and it's not going to fit anymore in that shell pot once I repot it, but that's okay. It's got to grow up, hasn't it? I can't keep it a baby forever, but I just love this one. I will give it a bigger pot because I do plan on growing this one big, hopefully. And then this is my Epipremnum aureum neon, and this one was right next to my Thermatophyllum that has thrips, so I'm really surprised that I haven't found them on it yet, but I haven't. But I did actually chop this one to propagate from, so it's kind of just starting to grow back, growth points from that. But yeah, it did need a trim because it was getting quite long, so I'm just hoping it starts getting back into its groove soon. But yeah, this is one of my all-time favourites as well. It might be a common plant again, but I love it. And then this is my Philodendron bilietiae. This one had some root rot problems, and it seems to have stabilised now, touch wood. It stopped yellowing. The leaves have stayed intact and healthy, but it hasn't grown any new growth yet. So I think that's to be expected though if a plant is recovering from root rot. you're not necessarily going to see new growth straight away. So I'm not too worried. I'm just leaving it be, letting it dry out between waterings, and yeah, hopefully it will start growing again soon. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it be and let it do its thing and hope for the best. Tradescantia Nanook. I mean, this one's doing great. It's growing so fast. It's looking lovely. It's such a lovely colour. I really enjoy this plant. Regretting putting it in a ceramic pot a little bit because it's directly in there. It has a drainage hole, because I think it might need repotting again, and it's probably going to be a nightmare to take it out, but I won't think about that. I'll just look at how beautiful it is right now. But yeah, I really like this one. It does get these little brown spots, as you can see here, from time to time, but you know, from a distance it's okay, and you have to accept the imperfections in life, don't you? Just part of the dance, so to speak. But yeah, it's really pretty, this one. I absolutely love it. And then over here is my Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue, and I chopped this one. I can't remember how long ago I chopped it, but it is starting to grow back, and I've just put it down on the floor here, so I can show you. You can see there a growth point, and there is actually another one as well, but it's right up against the pole, so it has two growth points on that vine. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's another one there. So it is growing back. Another one there. It's definitely springing back to life. I just chopped the ends off because we had some stragglers on the end there, just to give it a fresh start. But ideally, we'd like to get fenestrated leaves like these coming out when they grow back. But I don't know if that will happen. This is my first time kind of chopping and growing one. It might be more like this, but whatever happens, as I say, I'm happy to kind of let go and just accept whatever nature would like to give me. But I just love this plant. It's a beautiful plant, and I just really enjoy having it in my collection and growing it. So yeah, regardless of what kind of leaves it puts out, I'm still going to love it, no matter what. It is a stunning plant, I have to say. And then my Syngonium white butterfly. This is one I'm monitoring very closely for thrips, because thrips love Syngoniums in my experience, because they're nice and tender. I haven't found any yet, but it's almost inevitable that it will get them. But for the time being, I'm having a lovely, peaceful time growing it, and yeah, it's just putting out lots of new leaves. It's really come into its own on that pole. I'm really glad I put that pole on it last year. It must be over a year ago now I put that on there, but it's coming out with some beautiful leaves. It still hasn't started lobing out as Syngoniums do when they mature, but that's okay. The leaves are getting bigger, and yeah, this is just one of my all-time favourite plants. You can see there's a new leaf there. They kind of come up a bit crinkled to start with, and then they eventually unfurl. But yeah, it is reaching the top of its pole, but luckily the nodes do grow fairly close together. So, and then this is my big umbrella plant, and it's currently on the floor because I've stolen its table that it's usually on to house my thrippy Thermatophyllum. Eventually it will get its table back, but it's looking nice and bushy, and yeah, it's just one of my easiest plants of all time. It's definitely one of the plants I've had the longest, I believe. I was considering chopping it this year to try and get it to branch. That was my plan, at least, but if I can try and get in there, I don't know if I can show you, but it's actually started branching anyway. It's got all sorts of branches just popping out there, so I've decided not to bother, because the goal was to get it to branch, and it's already branching, so I might as well just leave it and see what it does. So I've just left it. Yeah, I'm just making sure to fertilize it plenty now that we're in the growing season, and I am actually seeing roots coming out of the top of the pot though, and I kind of hoped it might last another year, a year, so that the pot it's in was like a couple of years, because I did repot it last year. But yeah, this one seems to have prolific root growth for some reason. I don't know if anyone else finds that with umbrella plants, but I definitely do. And then this is my Philodendron Jose Bruno, and yes, it's doing good. I only found one thrip on this, but I haven't found any since. I mean, it could have just come off that Thermatophyllum, couldn't it? I think that might have been the host, so to speak. But yeah, it seems okay at the moment. I've just been, kind of keeping the leaves clean. It is working on a lovely new leaf at the moment, which I'm excited to see come out. I love this one. It's one of the ones I'm most excited to be growing this year. I was kind of hoping that new leaf might have come out for this video, but that's okay. It already has all these stunning leaves that it's given us recently anyway. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to growing this one this year. Super excited to see that new leaf come out. Really am. It doesn't matter how many leaves I get from a plant. I'm just always excited. Every new leaf is exciting. And this is my little Cebu Blue propagation, just a soil propagation. I thought I'd show you quickly because it seems to be really thriving. It's putting out lots of little cute leaves. This is a pagoda lipstick plant propagation. I've tried out propagating it in water. And this is a Rhipsalis propagation jar, and all the cuttings have now rooted. This will probably be ready to pot up pretty soon. And Monstera adansonii. Weirdly, this one hasn't actually grown any roots yet it seems to be growing new leaves before it's grown roots, which is a bit weird. But this is my Syngonium mojito that I gave the chop, and I'm pleased to say it is starting to show signs of growth after I chopped it. You should be able to see some little buds there coming through. I'm super excited to see them come through. Just got to be patient, but yeah, this is one that I'm really looking forward to seeing grow back. It's got lots of new little buds coming out. Look, really excited about that. I hope they're variegated when they come out, fingers crossed. You never know though, it's a luck of the draw, isn't it? I know these can revert a little bit sometimes. I know some of you guys have said that as well. And then I have to do an update on my pink princess. Nothing spectacular has happened with this one really. It has put out these two new leaves here, and would you believe it, they're smaller than the previous leaves. It's hardly a surprise, but it's quite nice variegation there, but they're mostly brown, aren't they? Let's be honest. But even so, this is a curious plant to grow anyway. It's very unpredictable, and I suppose I always live in hope that one day I'll get big pink leaves. I think maybe we all live in hope of that. That's why we grow this plant. But it did get some nicer leaves early on, I think. They've just kind of gradually grown poopier, but that's okay. My Pachira aquatica has sprung back into action, quite literally just pumping out leaves all over the place. It did slow down quite a bit over winter, but now I'm seeing all these new little baby ones coming out. Super cute. It's a bit like the umbrella plant. They kind of start out small and then expand. But yeah, really happy to be growing this one. Probably have to repot it soon too, because I have it in a super small pot. It dries out really fast, I have to say, but it is really easy to care for though as well. And then these are some string of hearts propagations. I haven't propagated this one before, but I've just kind of like pushed the node into the soil and kept the soil moist, hoping for the best on that. And then this is my Ficus alii. I did repot this one very recently. It didn't actually need a bigger pot, surprisingly. It just needed some new substrate because it was, of course, in pure cocoa coir, but it seems to be doing well. It's got lots of nice new growth. It is a bit leany. It needs a bit more support. I do have some bamboo sticks, so I'm going to try to stop it from leaning quite so much. But yeah, I gave it a nice well-draining substrate. I was actually surprised by how chunky the roots are on this one as well. They're very tuberous. I don't remember other ficus plants having tuberous roots. I could be wrong though, but yeah, they did surprise me a bit. And then this is my Oxalis triangularis. Look how beautiful it is. Those flowers are so cool. I just love those lilac coloured flowers. I think they're so beautiful and delicate. But yeah, this one has sprung back into action too. It gets very thirsty. I don't know whether I should repot it or not. I'm not sure, but at the moment it seems really happy. I just love it. And then this is my jade plant. I thought I'd show you this quickly because if you're thinking of chopping your jade plant, this is an example of what happens. You can see at the tops where I did the chop, you've got two branches growing out, and that's usually what happens. So this is how you get your jade plant to branch out. Just chop the tops off and yeah, you'll get some branches and you'll end up with more of a kind of a tree-like form, if that's what you're after, of course. And then this is my Dischidia platyphylla. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I've got some new leaves growing in on this one. First new leaves that it's had since I got it. I just love this one. I think it's really cool and unique, and it's definitely not one that I tend to see around a lot. I just think it's really weird. Oh, and big news, this baby anthurium has a new leaf coming. I've had this for ages and it just has done nothing at all. And now look at that, a new leaf coming. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's about time. And also my Anthurium clarinervium is working on a leaf. I'm not quite as excited about this because not only has it had spider mites and looking a bit worse for wear, but also it tends to just lose a leaf when it gains a leaf. So I've kind of given up on this one now and I just accept it as the monster it is. And then my bird of paradise, it's not in the best condition. It lost a few leaves last year because I accidentally broke them, but it does have new ones coming in. It stopped growing completely over winter, so it's nice to see some new ones coming in. I wouldn't say this is my favourite plant just yet, but maybe when it gets a bit bigger I'll like it more. At the moment it's just kind of just doing its thing, but at least it started growing again. So, and then this is my Pyxingonium, and this one it's sort of in quarantine forever since I bought it. I mean, it's quarantined as I could get it. Obviously I have plants everywhere, so I couldn't really keep it on its own, but I do have it in the bedroom where there are fewer plants. But yeah, I've been battling thrips on this one. Unfortunately, it came with them from the shop. I didn't check well enough, so that was my bad. But I think I'm winning. But yeah, I do keep finding them, unfortunately, because the leaves on this plant come out quite rolled up like this. When they unroll, I find one in there and, I do squish it, but it means I have to manually keep going in and checking the new leaves as they unroll. But it's okay. I mean, I've got thrips on another plant in the other room anyway, so it was going to happen anyway, whether I got it from the shop or not. And then over here, this is my Epipremnum aureum marble queen, and this one was on a pole. I actually took it off because it had some issues with root rot and I needed to kind of reset it, so to speak. I do think it's recovered now though, because I'm getting all these lovely new leaves from it. It had kind of stopped growing and was getting browny tips and things, but I'm now getting these lovely, beautiful new leaves, so I think it might be out of the woods. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to leave it trailing or am I going to give it something to climb? Difficult to know because again, both are really nice, but I think I'm just going to leave it for a little bit longer and then decide what I want to do. But I'm pretty happy with the beautiful new leaves it's putting out. It's putting out some beautiful variegation, and I do think it does look nice as a trailing plant as well as a climbing one. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. It's kind of similar to my philodendron Brazil in that, you know, I kind of want to make cake and eat it, but you know, I'm not sure what to do. But I do know that it's beautiful, and yeah, it's it's got some stunning variegation. Every leaf you get from this one tends to be different, which is really nice. And this is my Easter cactus, which is preparing to flower. I was hoping it might be flowering today for this video, but it's not. But that's okay. I will post a short or something. But yeah, pretty excited to see this one flowering. Looking forward to seeing them come out. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.